One, two, testing.
It's all about experience. It's to feel the adrenaline running through our veins. Like all the things we do that excite us. Whatever world we come from or live in, there are people that are born to succeed. They're called special, to hustle every day for an opportunity of a lifetime. Looking for the challenge to shape our future is something that's in our DNA. A privilege just available for a few. Traders, we see things differently, paying attention to every small detail that would maybe go unnoticed by the common eye. On or by the edge is our playground, with a constant strive for glory, seeking for a new tomorrow.
Hello.
Do you feel special? Take back control of your investments.
Good afternoon, people. Welcome back. How are you today?
Very good, Thomas. How are you?
Good. What about you?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. I'm a bit disappointed because gold is breaking not just the trend line, but my dreams. So, Saeed, please mute your mic if you're not talking. Thank you. So, how about we have a look on the gold market? And maybe we are going to see some opportunities. So the first thing we want to do is have a look on the economic calendar to see. I think there's no news today or no event. Williams is quite hawkish. No tradable events, only the JOLTS job openings later in 2 hours. We'll see if this moves the market or not. Until that, what would you like to trade today? It's your choice.
I'll be honest, Isaac, GJ and GC has been very, in the last 15 minutes, it just jumped up considerably. It was a good couple of trades.
I like scalping. Daz, is it GJ or GU?
GJ and GC, I took his entry points and stop loss, and I've just been taking profit as it shot up.
Yeah. My only issue is that it is consolidating right on the chart.
That's why I was just taking profit as it goes. If it turns around, just close it down.
Yeah, it is waiting for something. Definitely on GJ. To be honest, I had a look on the market this morning and I couldn't see any meaningful or decent opportunities, so I said, you know, no trading today. Did you guys take anything today? Any good trades?
I've been scalping gold also since it made the drop, just every $5 up and down.
Yeah.
Same. Just a lot of scalping.
It's not really good market conditions. It's best for just getting in and out at the moment.
Yeah, I think one of the reasons is the peace talks between Ukraine and Russia. Who knows when is the date when they're meeting in Turkey?
It's already started.
Oh, is it like a 2-day event or?
Yeah, they've had some talks today that were progressive. That's why they dropped.
Oh.
They say the announcement will come out late.
Do you think that these guys will come to an agreement after 5 weeks of war?
Doubt it. Have you heard China's moving all their military across their country, and then regarding Taiwan?
Really? Are they going to invade Taiwan now?
That's what things are pointing towards.
Yes, actually the news is like that. Invade Taiwan.
That's ridiculous. I mean, what else is coming?
World War.
I mean, last year we had a fucking global pandemic, global virus. Now we're going into World War III. What else is coming this year? So, check out gold. So in the higher time frame, you can see that it broke down the orange trend line I talked about. And there is a possibility, or highly likely, that now that it's purely from a technical perspective, there is a possibility that price is going to come down to 1890 and then 1840, but 1850 is more reasonable level, because in the chart you can see that we had this massive impulse move just when the war broke out in Ukraine. We had a pullback respecting the trend line, and it turns out this looks like going to be a head and shoulder, and we have a massive gap in between 1840, 1850 and the current price level 1907. So it's a good 600 pips, and now we just have to jump on the train. If we go down to a lower time frame, what we can see, okay, Fernando's muted. So what we can see, if you put the Fibonacci from swing high to swing low, is that we have multiple entry points. Now we just have to wait for the retracement. I wouldn't enter into a sell position right here because it's too low to sell, and the movement is already happening. So what we have to do is wait for a retracement back to the previous weekly open, a previous daily low, which lines up with the Fibonacci 61.80, and that is going to be my entry level for a sell position. So this week, and actually the whole of last week, I was bullish on gold, but now it started breaking down the technicals. I'm going to switch into a sell perspective and sell all the way down to 1850 if there are any opportunities. But there is a possibility that price is going to just find bottom here and starts going up again. We don't know, because the news and the whole market is driven heavily by the developments and events in Ukraine. So it's just a wait and see game now. To be honest, if I don't trade, there's no loss. So this month was absolutely fantastic so far in terms of return on the gold market. The last thing I want to do is give it back on the last few days of the month. Remember that many of the professional traders don't trade at all at the end of the month, because this is where you get those dirty moves, those whiplashes. Price can jump, $30, $40, $50 within minutes, because there's huge amount of profit taking and speculative position close downs. So at the end of the month, sometimes it's just wise to watch and observe. What is your opinion?
It's true though. So like most of the time on Monday morning, I really don't trade.
Good.
I just wait, and then sometimes by the beginning of the month or at the end of the month, then I usually just either do very small or just don't really do much. Mainly just close positions rather than opening new ones.
Yeah. Quick question. Who knows exactly how many % are you up this month? How much profit you made this month? No one? So I was up about, I think 14%. Now the last thing I want to do is give back a single penny to the market from this 14%.
Samas, can I know how much you make on average every month?
That's
like
not
for
your
the
concern.
past few years?
I can tell you in percentage, but monetary value is not your concern. Focus on the pips and the percentage, but not on the money.
It's really relative to your style though. Like if you go aggressive, then in your account size and you're very precise at what you do, then you can easily flip it like 50, 60 or even 100%. But if you're very conservative and then your style, like you're not really sure about your stop loss and stuff like that, then you can range from like 5 to 10% and sometimes even lower. It really depends on your style and not much of like how much a person make consistently in a month, because it varies.
Absolutely. I mean, those who follow me roughly know about my account size and know exactly that I usually make about 10 to 14% each month. And I do withdraw that money, so I keep the capital. So it's not difficult to calculate how much is that in monetary value. So US 30.
Okay.
Yeah. The problem is that, if you cannot compare yourself to me, I cannot compare myself to you. How much I make, how much you make, it's completely irrelevant, because if you look, some of the traders in the group make 100, 200% a month. And that's no joke. I know some people make this amount, not consistently. I make 10, 14%. Now, if you look at someone is making 10, 14% on a $200 account, you're going to laugh because it's a small account. But 10, 14% on a large account, now that's a meaningful, reasonable number. But I still think it takes a trader further away in the career if you focus on the percentage and the pips, how many points you make. So US 30 is the same as gold. Gold is going down, US 30 is going up. But US 30 is way too high to buy, way too bullish to sell for my liking. It's above the weekly resistance too. It's just not something I want to jump on. Yeah, I skip US 30 for today. How about GU? It's probably the first day the past 3 months when I don't see any opportunities on the market. Okay, AUD USD, we have something, finally. So, this chart was drawn, I think, last week. Sell opportunities at 75,500, and the price didn't tap into this zone, but it came near, and now it reacted. So what I'm going to look for is sell opportunities. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. Is Isaac in the Zoom? Isaac. Isaac is not responding. So on AUD USD, let's see what he sent down to the analysis, because he is the AUD USD king. GBP/JPY.
He said he jumped into a sell a few minutes ago.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. A sell.
Yeah, but it had a heavy impulse move up just now.
Yeah.
Just hit the trend line roughly and then came down. So it's already come down quite a lot from there.
Yeah, but then we had the retracement. So
yeah.
Stop loss 75. Okay, so we jumped in to a sell on AUD USD. Stop loss is I'm placing just above the resistance level at somewhere around 75,400. Take profit level will be a modest how many pips? 170, just at the support level at 0.73123. Now let's have a look on the Fibonacci. What do we have? Oh, nice. It lines up with the 61.80. Beautiful. So now we have one position on AUD USD. Just going to wait. Do you guys have any setups for today?
I had one on Euro Australian dollar, but I am waiting for a pullback or something that way to take a position.
Euro Aussie dollar. And I don't think I ever
Yes.
traded that one. Euro Aussie dollar. Wow. Wow, that was a nice move to the upside.
There is a news that Russia is stopping operations in Kyiv.
Stopping the operations.
I guess they are removing their missiles from there. That could be the operations.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the news on Bloomberg. It says that they come to an agreement that they're going to reduce military operations near Kiev. What is going to be the effect on the gold market? It's going to be bearish. But this move has already happened, so I'm not going to enter into any sell position because, you know, it's the middle of the move. I think it would be not wise to jump into a sell. But what I will wait is the retracement back to the previous daily low, and then we might going to see some opportunities. Thanks, Andre. So, question of the day. We have 212 people watching the live stream and only 55 likes. This is really disappointing, guys. Absolutely. Smash that like. In the meantime, let's have a look on our position on AUD USD. And if you have any position or any setup you want to share, feel free to do so, because I had to force myself to even find this opportunity. I couldn't see anything on the market today. So Sai just asked about what is the retracement for gold. If you can see my chart, the retracement will be at around, you know, this zone right here between the previous daily close, previous daily low, which lines up with the previous weekly open, the weekly support in the Fibonacci 61.80. So that retracement zone is ranging from 1917 to 1923, so it's a $5 range. If gold comes back to this level, that will be the only time when I enter into sell position. If I were to enter sell position now, I would have to use a ridiculously wide stop loss, because, you know, price could pull back anytime. If you know, they start taking profits, that is going to, you know, closing down the short positions, that is going to make gold price bounce back.
Yeah, actually, Thomas, I took a short even now, but as you said, wider stop loss, a very small lot, and it's doing fine.
Well, on gold.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Stop loss 1929.
29.
Yeah, very small
Wow.
lot. Very small lot.
Yeah, and what is your take profit?
1850.
Oh,
That's my target if I'm going for long.
anyone in AUD/USD sell?
Yeah, I went in also.
Yeah, I am in.
Oh yeah.
Yay!
I'm
75,100.
Hello?
Hi Thomas, Anwar here. Good evening.
Hey Anwar, welcome to the team.
Thank you, man. My first call. I'm sorry,
Oh.
I missed the AUD/USD numbers. Would it be right for me to enter now, or should I wait?
No, absolutely, you can enter. Although this is not financial advice, if you enter now, it's not too far away from my entry level, so you know, the stop loss should be just above the previous high. I think that's safe enough. If it is the top, if it goes above the previous high, then it's most likely going to continue higher. You can enter now. I set my take profit at 0.73, 100, 200, somewhere around that level.
0.73. Okay. 400 you said, right?
Yeah, but you know, do you have a daily target?
I do have, in fact, 500 USD per day.
Wow,
Minimum. Yeah.
It's a good day rate.
Yeah, a decent, I would say, for myself.
Yeah, you can see the stop loss and the TP on my chart. Yeah, once you hit your daily target, you know, I would just close it down and walk away proud.
Okay, 75400 is the stop loss, and target is 7300. Okay, got it. Thank you so much, Tom. Thank you.
You're welcome. Really quiet day today. Wakey wakey. We have
Thank
82
you.
people. We have 82 people in the Zoom and no one is talking. No one's giving me some nice juicy setups and say like, Thomas, there's an opportunity. Why don't you check it out?
I can't lie, I jumped into a USD CAD buy, but that was a while ago, so I can't even say like.
Yeah, I didn't even share that.
124765 is where I entered. About,
you know, everyone is expecting from me that, you know, be always sharp with setups and signals and analysis, but you know, when man is struggling, no one is coming here to give a hand like, say, Thomas, there's a perfect opportunity. Why don't you buy this or that?
They need to learn.
You know, it's a really one-way street. Wow, you're Hello?
You're looking for me?
Hey, Isaac. How you doing?
Yeah,
what
I'm
the
good.
fish is happening with your GBP?
My GJ, I longed and I short and I'm shorting now. Yeah. Basically just flipping my orders. Yep.
I was looking for you because I wanted to ask your opinion on AUD USD. So I jumped into a sell.
The FOMO.
No, like, literally, this morning I woke up and I had a look on the chart and I was like, shit, gold just hit my stop loss. So I was like, fuck. And then, okay, forget gold, let's have a look for something else. I had a look on GJ, GU, US30. Literally, I looked at pairs I haven't touched for months and I couldn't see any decent opportunity. And finally, I found AUD USD, so I wanted to ask your humble opinion.
All right, because actually I've been doing AUD USD for I think a good 3 weeks. So I think right now it is actually turning bearish. So actually I took a short about I think I entered about 0.75 one something. Yeah, when it went up all the way, I just took a short. Just because you know how I changed my trading style these few months, and I've been using order blocks and I think they are getting pretty good result out of it. Yeah. So I have I shared with you the overview of AUD USD on my have you seen my analysis?
No. Someone said that you're shorting as well, but I didn't have the opportunity to look at your analysis. I did try to find it, but I saw GJ, GBP Swiss franc.
Just let me take a look. Where is it? Because actually after reviewing I realized that it was a judicious rally into the top of the channel so that they can take position to short it down and bring it maybe until 0.68.
Yeah,
because in the context of currencies, we all know that AUD USD is a risk-off currency, but given the situation now, it is full risk on. So I really think that, you know, AUD might really just melt down all the way.
Yeah. Yeah, from technical point of view, I do see AUD USD sell. Fundamentally, I need to look into get back into the habit of analyzing it, dollar strength, and you know, how is it going to affect. I mean, it's better to focus on one or two currencies for a long time, like you do with AUD USD. But the problem is that when it's becoming shit and, you know, cold, there's no opportunities, then you have to switch suddenly to something else, and then you look at the charts, it's like, I have no idea what's going on. Yeah,
I get what you mean, because actually I haven't been touching GJ for quite some time. So actually last week when I entered my position on Friday, and I only took profit for 80 pips on 80% of it, and on a Monday, I think I collected about 1,005 and it went up 450 pips. Oh my god.
450 pips. That is a good day rate.
400. It was from 160.35. That was my position, and it went up to 164. I think 164 something, right?
Yeah.
Hang on, just let me check on this.
It looks like the analysis was correct. AUD/USD is dropping.
Yeah, I just sent it in the group chat. You can take a look because it's quite a big setup actually. It's based on weekly, and we can see very clearly that it is a fully formed shoulder head shoulder on a weekly, and that bullish run was actually a pullback.
Yeah, but now you know. I see now that you have the descending channel.
Wagwan allihopa. Everybody.
I have no idea what it means, but yeah.
I neither.
Jamaican saying hi.
Hi.
How you doing? So AM Anwar asked. Oh yeah, we answered this question. Yeah, it's fine. How are you, Raul?
Good. Just joining. Was in the meeting.
How was your meeting?
Good.
Did you show them who's boss?
No, this was more internal about processes, about escalation. We have different certifications. We have requirements. So we looked up with an consult what all the requirements are. Is it complete or not? And now it's alpha time.
Yay!
You're missing some likes on YouTube, Thomas.
I gave up.
Already did said you gave up.
I gave up. I mean, constant 300 people is tuning in to your conversation to see the setups every single day, and they're not respecting by, you know, they're not giving the likes. So what can I do? I just gave up.
Okay. Okay.
Do you have any positions, Raul, or any setups?
No, I had some small from 1916. I was expecting that, but it hit my stop loss, so I don't do anything today.
Were you long on gold?
Yep.
Yeah. Are you trading at the end of the month?
Yeah, that's my. I have to keep my rules.
So you're not trading?
No, I'm not trading anymore. I had one small stop loss. So, but I asked myself why you don't trade in the end of the month. Why did you take the trade?
Because it's shit.
It's shit. Oh.
Yeah.
Next week.
How many days we have? Yeah. How many days we have until? Yeah, second, third, fourth. Next Monday is 4th of April, right?
Yep. Yep.
This Friday is 1st of April. How wonderful to trade NFP on April Fool's Day.
Yes. I think God will make fun of you then.
Yeah, everyone is messaging me, Thomas, gold is dropping. I was like, yeah, it is dropping without me.
All right.
Okay, that's a great observation, but you know, yeah, so if I miss the move, I'm not gonna jump on. I'm just going to watch how it falls.
Yeah.
Screameater on YouTube actually had a good comment. Thomas, what do you think of a small reverse on gold to test daily low at 1879 before it drops to 1850? Yeah, if you look on the chart, if I just delete Marwan's position, that's what I was waiting for, to come back to retest. The previous weekly low was at 1895, but I was expecting, or I'm hoping, that it's going to come back to test the previous daily low before it drops further. This move is quite impulse, so there has to be a retracement, but when it starts to retrace, that's when I'm going to look on gold. So what I'm going to do is set an alert, because I don't want to watch gold developing or...
See the trading view?
Oh yeah, sorry. Sorry. So, you know, I was waiting for the pullback to the previous daily low, and I set an alert at around 1900. So if price pulls back, when it starts to retrace, that's when I'm going to shift my attention to gold, because there's no point watching this waterfall if I don't have any open positions. So it's really distracting, and you know, that's when you get the emotions, fear of missing out. So I want to focus on the retracement, because we know that on a higher time frame, gold clearly broke the market structure, broke the trend line, broke the previous weekly low, broke the previous daily low, and broke my heart not making any money with me. So I will be focusing on the retracement, but there's no point watching gold for me now. So I'm shifting my attention to AUD/USD, where we have the money is in the making. Yeah, Andre Laza had a very good observation, because what goes down, it has to come back up. That is excellent. It's a free of charge knowledge from our in-house Forex broker, Andre Laza. Cefaş Mafia.
Thomas, Anvik here.
Anwar, hi.
Would it be a good idea to short US oil after 99.5?
US what?
US oil. XTI USD.
I don't trade oil.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't trade oil, because oil is heavily driven by the cartel, which is called OPEC. So the oil producers cartel. It's heavily driven by, you know, they sit. This is exactly the manipulation in real life. They're sitting in a dark room, smoking cigars, drinking whiskey. Who drinks whiskey, and some people don't. But you know, and they're talking about, shall we just ditch gold, open the tap, and you know, just really flood the market with gold.
那个是不是那个塔马斯在有入我们的？他说
谢谢，你好吗？
他说是涨，怎么一直掉
？Agree for complete.
Chang, 谢谢。你好吗？
Oh my gosh, she was just saying, we were talking about gold, how gold is moving.
I thought she was talking something.
We have a translator.
I thought she was saying, "Oh my God, this is so big." I mean, the drop on gold.
No, she said your name. You were talking about the trend of gold and stuff like that.
Well, but I do trade US oil, and the other day I shorted at 113.2. It was literally zero drawdown, and I took profit after I saw the gap, and I thought usually gaps will fill, but this time no. It just went down to 100. It was 1,000 pips.
Under 100.
What's it right now? 99. Oh
99. 98, 99, what is it?
Thank you.
Yes.
It's 99 right now, but it's gonna hit 94 in a blink of an eye.
This morning.
No, sorry.
This morning when I was looking at it was 103, and now it's 99. Good God.
Yeah, last week was 122.
Yep.
Monday I filled my car just for a quarter.
Much was it?
Too much. So I'm
want to
watching
know.
oil and almost time to fill the rest.
Yeah, there is a joke going around because of the oil shock or the oil price increase that, you know, I don't really go to expensive places, but I went to the pump station, the gas station last week.
I went out.
Yeah. But in Hungary they have a cap on US oil, on oil in general. So the government started to intervene on prices, and they froze the price of some basic food products like cooking oil, butter, flour, sugar, and diesel and petrol as well. So we have a cap. It's like €1 something, €1.25 for a liter, which is a fairly decent, reasonable price. Design Strong on YouTube. Thomas, how about long gold at 1894, stop loss with 1890? I mean, perfect example that people always looking for longs when gold is dropping, looking for shorts when gold is flying. I mean, honestly, would you attempt to go long on this massive candle? No, absolutely not. Let it do its thing.
I mean, the drop is mainly caused by it's like an event-driven thing because of the talk. There seems to be like a positive outlook of the talk between Russia and Ukraine. So you can't really just go long, hoping that technically it dropped so much, it might bounce back. But like, if the whole move is driven by events, then you don't know if there's another tweet or another news saying that they make even more progress in a ceasefire, then gold is going to drop more. So yeah, technical is important, but like, you need to understand what's the reason behind the move. And right now it's event driven. Then technical is more on the side to help you to analyze, and not the main thing of like, because it's dropped to this level, so it must bounce. It doesn't really work like that when it's event driven.
Yeah, but honestly, Christine, what do you think? How many people in the retail world is taking the effort to look into the fundamentals and try to understand on gold?
Oh, they don't. They think that if it drops more, they just go in and buy, and then they would put the stop loss in the next support level.
Yeah, it's easier to look at charts and lines.
Yeah.
But fundamentals, even trained and seasoned economists having difficulties to make a decent, reasonable analysis, not just on gold, on any of the markets. Whereas retail traders, they look at, look, that was the previous bottom, I'm going to buy. Or they see that price is dropping, I'm going to sell. But they don't really understand what is happening, what is the driver. And that said, don't be afraid because of this big drop. It's not the end of the world, because we saw that gold was dropping from 2017 when it created a new all-time high, and then it found bottom in 2021 February right here, and then it started moving sideways. So we had a drop, and then we had a flattening out, moving sideways, and finally we had a breakout. So it looks like the plane has landed. No, yeah, it landed, and now it's taking off. It's a shit drawing, but we are going to enter into a bullish market soon. But the problem is that we have the situation in Ukraine, which isn't making it easy for gold traders. But as soon as they start increasing interest rate, like back in 2015, so when was it? 2015. So you see, this was the previous rate hike on 2015 December the 15th. So they started to increase interest rate from 0.25 all the way to 2.5, and up until the time when they increased interest rate here, gold was dropping heavily. And as soon as they started to increase interest rate, gold was flying. And you see, we had massive retracement, but the general market direction was bullish. Look at this, how much gold price went up. Obviously, we had pandemic and other outside factors, but I will be looking for long opportunities as soon as gold normalized. Somewhere around 1850, 1830.
Yeah, that's about the level before the war start to break out. So, I mean, gold in general, if people expect it, like because of the rate hike and inflation, right? Yeah, it should go up, but they have to understand the magnitude of gold going up. It went up so much is because of the war. So it needs to calm down, come back to the pre-war level before people. But I mean, right now it's so expensive for people to buy. I'm not talking about trading position. I'm talking about like, even if you're looking for central banks to buy, it's just too expensive for them to buy a large amount. So they like, I mean, you can call it manipulation or whatever, but you need it for gold to the price to drop down more before not just regular people and also central banks building up their reserve to buy as well. So it just have to come back to a more normalized level before you have more demand of going in and not simply on for the purpose of trading.
Yeah, absolutely. So now maybe we're going to have a short-term sell-off on gold, but long-term, Christine just mentioned quite a few fundamental things. Something that is called inflation, and inflation and gold are walking in hand. So inflation is still with us, but we also have a war in Ukraine. So these two things sometimes can clash. But if you look in the bigger picture, gold is definitely going to go up. God, I'm so sleepy today.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have an announcement to make. Today, we officially hit on YouTube 7,000 subscribers. How awesome is that?
Amazing.
Congratulations, Thomas.
Thank you so much. 7,006.
93,000 left for the.
Yeah, 93,000 to go. Thank you so much for the continuous support, positive feedback.
I thought your next target would be 10, but you've always got to go much higher, haven't you?
Yeah, the short term is 10.
Possible.
Yeah, the ultimate is 100k, but now aiming for 10. You know, it's modest, humble. 10k target and then 100,000. Amer Said on YouTube. Guys, I want to earn $100 daily. Any strategy or idea how to do it? There are some ways, but I wouldn't say they are quite legal. Any advice to Amer?
Oh.
How can Amer earn $100 a day? Go on, Christian.
Well, it depends on your account size and stuff. I mean, if it's big, then you open a trade. The spread is already $100. But if it's small, then depends on what you're trading.
Yeah, maybe you can give some advice outside trading.
I think there's something online that you can do is online survey, pay survey. I think that's the main thing that's advertising on YouTube right now. That you can help other people to send out surveys, and then for every single one that was being filled by those people, you actually get paid for it, and there's like it's almost like zero cost for you. I saw something like that online, and then I mean it depends on your skill set though. Like if you have some sort of accounting and bookkeeping stuff, there are websites where you can actually post your skills and your knowledge, and then you can like post out your fee, and then people can pay you to do something for them.
Yeah, that's one way to make $100 a day.
Get a job.
Oh. Yeah, or get someone, get a partner who's very rich.
Oh God.
A sugar mummy.
A sugar mum.
Oh, I think there's an app or website for that. I think.
You think, or you're sure?
I think. Well, there is a website for everything, right?
There is a website in Hungary linking up sugar daddies and.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but they actually have for sugar mummies as well. And I have to admit, I did have a look on the opportunities to have a laugh, and that's ridiculous. There is the problem isn't that such a website exists. The problem is that there is a fucking huge demand, which is really disappointing.
I think there's a school in New York that teach the sugar babies how to behave around the daddies and the mommy. It's actually a proper school.
Nice.
Yeah, it probably has, being American, it probably has degree certificates for it as well.
And probably.
MS, if you see the AUD-USD, I think it's taking support at the 1 hour EMA.
Okay.
Yeah. Just to check.
Ahmed is really going nuts on my YouTube. He just spamming the whole chat. So, sorry Amer, we have to say goodbye to you. Removing all your comments. Thank you so much. So Faiz starts spamming again my YouTube chat, but actually he has a good question about how does the high bond yield impact gold in an inflationary environment. So if you want to find answer, there is a very good article on I think it's Sunshine Profits. Which summarizes statistically they had a research about how does the bond yields, in this case the 10-year treasury yield, is affecting gold prices. And you can see it clearly on the chart. There is no positive correlation. Sometimes it moves in tandem, so it's like a positive correlation, but sometimes it breaks down. And the problem is that gold is back in 2008, or just at the financial crisis, this correlation broke down and the gold just skyrocketed. So statistically, from academic point of view, there is no 100% positive correlation and causality between bond yields and gold prices. On the short term, yes, it can affect, because obviously the short end of the yield curve represents the inflation expectation in the short term, and the long end of the curve represents the future expectation of investors. So that is what the yield curve is representing, 2-year and 10-year, which I usually look at. And have a look on this article if you want to understand better the correlation about bond yields and gold prices. Conclusion: not nominal yields. High acceleration inflation rates affect gold, and what really matters for gold are real interest rates, not nominal yields. High and accelerating inflation rates affect gold and bonds differently. So the other thing is, in a high inflationary environment, when the central bank starts to increase the interest rate, that is going to affect the bond yields. Bond yields and prices are inversely moving. So when prices are going up, yields are going down. When yields are going up, then price is going down. And you have to factor in supply and demand. And also interest rates are affecting gold as well. So I hope you answered your question. Who was it? Faiz Haq. Salo. I'm using a Samsung 49-inch monitor. I do recommend it. Keshav Kumar, please reply. Reply to what? Oh, he's asking about copy trades. I know some people asking where they can copy my trades. Why don't you learn trading for yourself? I did look into the possibility with starting a PAM account with ForexC, because I had a discussion with Andre about starting well, it's something like account management, but it's like a PAM account, so people can sign up to my services, but maybe someday in the future. Oh, Sai actually had a comment for the guy Amir, how to make $100 a day. Open an OnlyFans account. Soul Trader, check USD. That's why gold is behaving in such way. So, do you mean the dollar index? Or USDX? If you look at the dollar index, dollar is weakening. Why don't you trade in silver? I just don't. So many people, I can say that about 99% of traders are looking into the dollar strength and gold correlation, and they always try to explain. I mean, this is the simplest explanation, that because dollar is strong, therefore gold is becoming more expensive and going down. But you see that DXY now is dropping and gold is dropping as well, so there is no direct correlation always. This is the simplest explanation which people understand at a really high level, and that's the most quoted reason on the gold market, that why gold is going up or going down. But gold is, yes, it's driven by dollar strength, of course, because it's denominated in dollar, but gold is heavily driven by inflation, monetary policy, interest rate, and geopolitical tensions. And you know, trust me, those people who buy gold and speculate on the futures market, they don't care about whether the XY is at 99 or 98. Chef OP on YouTube. Is there a reason, sir, not to trade in silver? Well, I have enough problem with gold to trade. I don't want another one. Are you guys still here in the Zoom?
Yes.
Yeah.
We are here.
We're here.
Hello.
Thomas, I think what's your position on AU?
EU.
AU, not
Oh,
AU. Not EU. AU.
It's on the screen.
7483. Let me see.
Yeah, it's a tiny profit.
Yeah, but I think it wouldn't go up anymore because that impulse downwards just confirmed my bias for bearish AUD. So yeah, I wouldn't be bothered by a single M15 candle.
Maybe that was just a retest of this break on the M15 or M5, but
yeah, yep.
I only look for entries on M15 and M5.
M5, yeah. Nowadays, I do actually look for entries on M5 and M1 as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the best to do the analysis on higher time frame and then look for sniper entries in smaller time frame. Especially, my favorite, as most people know, we used to trade this with Dave so many times. For example, let me just find one example. It's not the best, but when you have a trend line break and then the retest, so it breaks the trend line. It's not the best example, but you get the idea. So you have a downward sloping trend line, price breaks the structure, and the trend line comes back to retest, and boom. This works like 80-90% of the time. This is one of my favorite type of breakout.
Exactly how I mark my entries nowadays. I mean, break retest with the Fibonacci, then you have a very good stop loss. Yeah, I guess about 10 pips, sometimes 10-15 pips.
Yeah.
And the risk to reward is really huge. So yeah. And if you were to look at Euro USD, actually I wouldn't be shorting it because actually I saw someone mentioned that they will be shorting Euro USD, the EU.
Yeah. Sorry, I just found the perfect example. So in a higher time frame, when you try to guess a reversal, many people think that, oh yeah, you know, this looks like a good support level, so I'm going long on AUD USD. But what I do is on a higher time frame, I mark this level and I only enter, so I don't set a buy limit because, you know, price could come down any time. So what I do is I go down to the 15-minute chart and then start looking into price action and price behavior to see what is happening. And what is happening right here is obviously we marked in a higher time frame that, okay, this might be a potential reversal point. And one of the confirmations I use to confirm that yes, this is a reversal is when price breaks the market structure, so the previous highs, so lower high, lower low, nice double bottom, it breaks the structure, breaks the trend line, and then I use my Fibonacci because I use Fibonacci religiously. And guess what? It lines up perfectly with the 7860, retested it twice, creating a higher high and higher low, and then boom, look at this beautiful thing. It's a million pips profit.
No, 348, I guess. About 348. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, because you trade AUD USD.
It's a good pair to start with because during Asian and early London, there's not much of a movement over there. The AUD usually they consolidate during these two sessions. Then after that, when London and New York cross, then shit happens.
Yeah, I mean, back in the days, I used to lose most of my trades. So I used to trade London session only, and the best entries I found was between 6 and 7 a.m. Just right close to the end of the Asian session. I found my best entries. And then everything was going well in the London session. Hi, Isaac's daughter. So everything was going in the in the London session, and I lost everything in the New York session because I hold the position for too long. Who is that princess with you?
Yeah, my daughter. Who else?
She started trading?
She can't even draw properly.
That's fine.
Not yet.
That's fine. You should open her an account.
Right now?
$100 or $50.
A demo account, maybe?
Nah, straight, real money. Come on, don't be cheap. It's your daughter.
Yeah.
Give her as much as she wants.
What's happening? Is there any news later on? Because the market basically is not moving.
No, I think this week is shit. It's the end of the month, and we have the peace talks ongoing, and we have NFP on Fridays. So this week is going to be crap. In the economic calendar, there was jobs opening in 50 minutes, but I don't think I'm gonna wait it. Actually, I wanted to call it a day because it's really boring today.
Yeah,
I didn't make any profit today.
Well, you didn't lose any.
I did lose this morning because I had an entry on gold, so I had a losing position. And a question on YouTube for Christine: what is the correlation with gold and GBP Japanese yen? I want to start trading another pair, but I'm terrified trading another pair like GBP AUD. Yeah, that's a monster. But Isaac is good in a GBP AUD, no?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, but the first question is for Christine because she was looking into the correlation of gold and GJ. So, Sword Trader, your best person to ask.
The correlation that I saw is mainly because of the war thing. So that's why I thought like when gold was up, then most of the time it's like GJ will go down. Like yesterday it went really well, but the correlation is just more of a event thing. It's not like a direct correlation between the two pairs. So what I would say is, like previously, I also said that like there was an inverse correlation between US30 and gold as well. But you really have to understand like what is the reason of those kind of correlations that moves. I mean, if you really look at correlations, then most of the time as gold with Aussie and then Canadian dollar, they do have a higher relative correlation versus if things happen, then yeah, I mean, like when gold is dropping right now, then you see Aussie dollars also dropping as well, then that's a different thing. It's the same as people talk about the risk on currencies, the Aussie, the Swiss, the yen, and then the gold. I mean, they do have correlations, but you have to understand there are certain times they have high correlations because of external factors. It's not pure technical.
Yeah, absolutely. And some of the currencies you mentioned are commodity currencies.
Yeah, so you see Aussie dollar and Canadian dollar strengthen because during wartime, because oil was going up a lot more, gold was going up a lot more, so you tend to see those currencies going a lot higher. And now given what's going on with the war, the peace talk, I tend to stay away. The major currencies, I would tend to trade more of the crosses, because let's say you can trade Aussie Kiwi because they are similar, and then if you trade Pound Aussie or Euro Aussie, I mean, yeah, because of the peace talk, then gold drops, the commodity currency drops, but then it's not so much affected because they were versus US dollars. And if you use crosses to hedge, to trade, then you might just be able to kind of avoid the uncertainty, but not completely.
Yeah, I just pulled up the correlation chart for gold and GBP Japanese yen. And it does have some positive correlation, but it's not, the correlation coefficient, I think it's not perfect correlation, or not 100. So year to date, this is a correlation. It was a positive correlation, then decoupled, and now it's back again crossing. So I think it's like a seasonal monthly correlation, so it goes very nicely for a quarter, 2-3 months, and then breaks down and then back again. So if you look in the longer term, no, I wouldn't trade. Yeah, sometimes you can catch these nice when it moves together, or completely the opposite, but sometimes just no. And some people in YouTube asked about gold, because obviously this is a gold trading channel, so they get pissed at why we're not talking about gold. Well, there's nothing happened on gold. We're still waiting for a retracement, a pullback, because every impulse move is followed by a retracement. And the best opportunity to jump onto the sell wagon, the sell train, because now we're shifting to sells, is to wait for the retracement right at the previous weekly open. So I'm looking for sells between 17 and 23. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna call it a day. It's been absolute shitstorm today. So I hope you enjoyed the live stream. Certainly didn't make so much money today with me, but you know, it's some of those days. It's the end of the month, so tranquillo, relax. Team, see you tomorrow at 8 AM sharp for the morning briefing, and then YouTube 1 PM tomorrow. Have a good day.
Cheers, Thomas.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, Thomas. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
YouTube, thank you so much for tuning in. You know, crap day, it's the end of the month, but you know, we cannot force the market. Sometimes we just have to watch and see how it is unfolding. Maybe next week I'm really positive, because next week is a new month, a new quarter, a new week, a new day. So it's going to be so much money flooding the market, hopefully into the gold market. So until that, we have Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, but at least Friday we have NFP. That is the most meaningful data printing or event this week. So we're going to live stream every single day, apart from tomorrow. There's no live stream. Sorry, there's no live stream tomorrow, but on Thursday and Friday we're going to live stream. So until that, see you. This is the Alpha FX.
Trading is all about experience. It's to feel the adrenaline running through our veins. Like all the things we do that excite us. Whatever world we come from or live in, there are people that are born to succeed. They're called special, to hustle every day for an opportunity of a lifetime. Looking for the challenge to shape our future. Is something that's in our DNA. A privilege just available for a few. Traders, we see things differently, paying attention to every small detail that would maybe go unnoticed by the common eye. On or by the edge is our playground, with a constant strive for glory, seeking for a new tomorrow. Do you feel special? Take back control of your investments.